Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Ya Rabbi lakal hamdu kama yanbaghi li jalali wajhika wa azimi sultanik. Allahumma rabbana lakal hamdu bima khalaqtana wa razaqtana wa hadaitana wa farrashta anna. Allahumma lakal hamdu bil Islam wa lakal hamdu bil Iman wa lakal hamdu bil Quran. Amma ba'd. فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربنا زدنا علما اللهم فقهنا في الدين اللهم حاسبنا حسابا يسيرا اللهم إنا نسألك علما نافعا وعملا متقبلا ورزقا طيبا وواسعا اللهم ثبتنا عند الموت بلا إله إلا الله ربي يسر ولا تؤسر وتمم بالخير اللهم اجعل عملنا كله صالحا واجعله لوجهك خالصا ولا تجعل لأحد فيه شيئا آمين يا رب العالمين. Inshallah, we are going to finish our topic today, Mudaaf, and we are going to talk about Mujarrad families. Last time we were talking about Mazid Fihi, and inshallah, today we will see all what happened in this Mudaaf when it comes to family one. So, in Mujarrad, Mudaaf in Mujarrad families, Sarf Saghir, when it comes to Sarf Saghir, the Mudaaf Mujarrad words, remember the following 4 rules. So what are the 4 rules? The second and the third root letter fuse and a shadda is used to represent the fusion. So example, Azaza, right? So the Ain Kalma and Lam Kalma are same, right? So we need to diffuse them together. So when we are fusing them together, it becomes Azza. Azaza become Azza. And that Shadda remain throughout. Unless we are doing Sarf Kabir, right? So then at Hunna, the Idgham breaks. Otherwise, it kind of remains. So there are 3 versions of Nahi and Amar. We saw that last time as well, right? So same thing basically over here. Now the first, when we have 3 versions of Nahi and Amar, so what's gonna happen? The first one will take Fatha and Shadda obviously gonna remain. The second one with Kasra, and the third one is basically when we are like breaking the idgham, right? So it's gonna be the look like how it supposed to look like without shadda. Then number 3, every Madi looks the same regardless of the clan. So now over here we won't be able to see the like Samia, right? Samia, we are supposed to see Kasra on the middle root letter, but when it comes to Mudaaf, we won't be able to see that. So, Zwalla, ya Zwallu, this is Bab Samia, but in Madi, we do not see any Kasra on the middle root letter because we have to diffuse them together with the Shadda, right? And we do not have a letter to show. So that's gonna happen in Madi. So basically every Madi looks the same regardless of the clan. and they follow the pattern falla, right? So ayn kalma is basically not going to show us, and this is how it's gonna look like. In Mudariya, the haraka that usually goes on the second root letter is going to transfer to the first root letter now. We saw that already, right? So azza ya'izzu. So now ayn is my first kalma, my fa kalima, my first radical, right? And this kasra, because dwaraba yadu ribu, right? So dwad is my fa kalima, ra is my ayn kalma, and ba is my lam kalima. And my ayn kalima is supposed to have a kasra, right? But over here, when it comes to mudaaf, then basically the fa kalima is going to show us that what family is it. So in that case, azza ya'izu, now kasra on the ayn kalima, sorry, fa kalima, or letter ayn over here is showing us that this is bab daraba. Right? Everyone clear? So notice that the first two rules mentioned are the same as the Mazid Fihi rules, and the next two are new to the new and unique to the Mujarrad. Right? So now take a look at the chart over here. So Azza Ya'izu, which is making it Bab Daraba, Izzatan is the Masdar, Fahuwa Azun. Right? So now over here, the ism file would be on the pattern of falun, azun. Then majhul would be uzza, yu'azzu, izzatan, fahuwa ma'zuzun. So this is ma'zuzun is maf'ulun, right? So it is like a regular. Then amr, yes.
In a Madi Majhul, Harka will not change in the middle letter. Uzza. It's a Uzza.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because we don't have space, right?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So we need to have oo and ah sound, right? And we have basically only two letters over here. So one will take, we will start with the dhamma, right? And we will end with the fatha, right? So this is how it is set pattern.
Here the fatha is our sign for the Majhul.
Yeah, sign for majhul we can't say because madi ends on fatha, right?
Yeah.
Azza. So basically just the dhamma gonna tell us
Dhamma.
that this
Sorry,
is
I meant to say Dhamma.
yeah. So just
Thank
dhamma on the ayn letter gonna tell us, not ayn, sorry, fa kalima, gonna tell us that this is majhul.
Jazakallah.
Wayyaki. So uzza yu'azzu, right? So yu'azzu. So now sorry, the madi supposed to have u and e sound, right?
Yeah, Ustada. Yeah.
And majhul is mudariya majhul is u and a sound. So over here we still have some space to show, right? So this is yu'azzu, uzza yu'azzu, izzatan, fahuwa ma'zuzun, maf'ulun. So this is regular. Over here in azun, actually fa'ilun, right? So it should be azizun, azizun, fa'ilun. right? But we have to diffuse them. We have to do fuse them with the shadda, right?
idgham.
Yeah, exactly. So now, and then we have alif over here, right? So alif nida fatha instead of kasra, right? So we need to diffuse them together, and we need to give them a fatha. Sorry, yeah, no, because yeah, it can take any haraka, right? So azun.
Dammaz, dammatan.
Yeah. So this is happen over here. Okay, then our amar is izza, izzi, and izis. So one with fatha, right? One with kasra, and one is with opening the idgham. So izis. Over here,
Normal pattern.
azzaza, you azizu, right? So, no, sorry. This is bab daraba. So daraba yadribu. So ya azizu, right? We have to go to the regular one. Ya, zi, zu. And now when this is by opening the idgham. So now you need to drop this sign of mudariya, right? And you need to give it a sukoon. We need to make it majzoom, right? And it's kasra over here. We are going to give it a kasra, right? So is, right? So this is how amar gonna be with opening the idgham. So izza, izzi, and izis, la ta'izza, la ta'izzi, and la ta'aziz. Now zarf and isamala. So now we're gonna have isamala as well, right? And zarf gonna be again 3 over here. 3 options for zarf as well. So one with fatha, one with kasra, right? And one with ta marbuta. So ma'azzun, ma'izzun, and ma'azzatun. So this is zarf. And isam ala would be with kasra. So we can just make a marker over here that isam ala gonna start with kasra. And zarf gonna be obviously with fatha. So mi azzun, mi azzatun, right? And then mi azazun, mif'alun. So this is isamala. What is isamala?
The instrument used, the tools used to.
Yeah, for any action, right?
Action.
Yeah, so the action the verb is referring to, right? So we need some tool as well. So these are special members in mujarrad, right? What are these members which are special in mujarrad?
4 family, extra family member.
Yeah, what are they?
Ism ala, and then ism sifa, ism tabdil, and then ism mubalagha.
Ism mubalagha, right? And then ism mubalagha has many different patterns, right? Yeah. So these are special members in mujarrad. Okay, so now that was bab daraba, and now we have bab naswara. So shakka, which is shakaka, right? Shakaka will become shakka, and mudariya would be yashuku. So now this dhamma over here on the first root letter on the fa kalima, right, is telling us that this is bab naswara. Shakka, yashukku, shakkan, fahuwa, shakun, falun. So we need to remember this. This is a set pattern for them, for ism fa'il. Then shukka, yushakku, shakkan, fahuwa, mashkukun. We use this word in Urdu a lot, right? This person is mashkuk. So mashkuk, doubtful, or like suspicious, right? Shukka, shukki, ushkuk. Why ushkuk?
Kaf had Dhamma.
Yes, because that was Babna Sara, right? So that's why it is Yashuku over here. So we have a Dhamma, so that's why Ushkuk. So now La Tushakka, La Tushakki, and La Tashkuk. So Mashakkun, Zarfu Minhu, Mashakkun, Mashikun, and Mashakkatun. Wow. And Isamala would be Mishakkun, Mishakkatun, and Mishkakun.
Used to be suspicious.
Too suspicious. Okay, so now Bab Fataha. So Massa ya Massu, Massan fahuwa Masun. Mussa yumassu, Massan fahuwa Mamsusun. Maf'ulun. Massa, Massi, and then Imsas. La tamassa, La tamassi, La tamsas. Mamassun, Ma missun, Ma massatun. Mimassun, Mimassatun, and Mimsasun. Subhanallah. They are really tongue twisters. Now comes Bab Samia. So in Madi, it's not going to show us that this Bab Samia, right? So for Mudaaf, when it comes to what family is it, we need to check the dictionary. Dictionary can help us out because it's not going to show us what haraka is there on the middle root letter. So Zwalla ya Zwallu, Zululan, Fahuwa, Zalun. What does that mean? Zwalla? I think to shade, right?
Saya, Saya.
Yeah, to shade, yeah. So Zul, then Majhul is Zulla yuzallu zululan fahuwa mazlulun. Zwalla, Zwalli, Izulal, La tazwalla, La tuzwalli, La tazulal. Mazwallun, Mazillun, Mazallatun, Mizwallun, Mizwallatun, and Mizlalun. So if we memorize one, right? So we would be able to, because they are all behaving in the same manner. So that was Sarf Sawir, and now comes Sarf Kabir. So in Sarf Kabir, in Madi, Shakka, Shakka, Shakku. Right? So it's always gonna be Shakku. So it's always gonna take a Dhamma over here. So we don't have to worry about at all. Then Shakkat, Shakkata, and now at Hunna, Idgham gonna be open. So shakakna. And then after that we know shakakta, shakaktuma, shakaktum, and shakakti, shakaktuma, shakaktuna, shakaktu, shakakna. So that is Madi. Then comes Mudariya. Shakka is becoming Yashukku because this is Bab Nasara. Yashukku, Yashukkani, Yashukkuna. Tashukku, Tashukkani. And then Hunna. I'm going to open Yashkukna. Yashkukna. Tashukku, Tashukkani, Tashukkuna. This is Anta. Anti, Tashukkina, Tashukkani, and then Tashkukna. Ashukku and Nashukku. What do you guys notice here?
It's a normal pattern now.
Yeah, not much changes, right? Just we need to keep the Shadda, right?
Punna Tuna open.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Yeah. They need to do something different. Then they are not regular people.
So they open. Easy.
Yeah. They are not easy to handle. And then Madi Majhul. Shukka, Shukka, Shukku, Shukkat, Shukkata, and Shukikna. Right? So same idea, nothing different. And then after that, Tatumatum. And then Majhul would be, Mudariya Majhul would be Yushakku, Yushakkani, Yushakkuna. Tushakku, Tushakkani, and then Yushkakna. Right? So behaving like they are supposed to behave with Shadda, nothing extra.
Kakna or this is which is it Nasara family?
Yeah.
So
Shakka,
tush Kakna, right? Or tush.
which one?
The Hunna Tuna I want to see.
Tushkakna.
Oh.
Tushkakna.
The car will not take the Dhamma, right? No.
No, Dhamma is supposed to take on Fa Kalima, right? And now since we are on Madi Majhul, right? Mudariya Majhul is gonna be having U and A sound.
Majhul, sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so now the interesting thing is about Ismu Tafdeel over here. So other Mujarrad words, recall that there are number of words produced in Mujarrad Sarf that are not recited in Sarf Saghir of these words. The only one that behaves differently in Mudaaf is Ismu Tafdeel. So Ismu Tafdeel gonna behave differently in Mudaaf. Normally, an Ismu Tafdeel follows the pattern of Af'alu, right? So if the second and third root letter are the same, then they fuse and a shadda is used to represent the fusion. And fatha replaces the sukoon on the second root letter. For example, if the root letters are ha, qa, and qa were to be placed in af'alu, ismu tafdeel container, we would end up with the words ahakku. So what happened? Haqaqa, right? And now when we are putting on ismu tafdeel pattern, it should be ahqaqu, right? Af'alu. Now ahqaqu. Now we have two qafs, right? So we have to fuse them together. So when before it get fused, the first qaf gonna basically they are interchanging the harakas with each other. So this qaf gonna give haraka to ha, which is fatha, and now it taking the spoon on it. So ahaq. So this is how it's gonna end up. When it end up like that, then obviously now two qafs we need to fuse them together, and this is how it's gonna end up ahaq. So all ismaut of dil gonna follow this pattern. Another in Quran Pak we will say ashaddu. Many places it is used, right? So shadada, right? Shadada become ashdadu, right? Now since we have two letters same, so we need to fuse them together, and before we fuse them they're gonna exchange their harakas, right? So this is how ashaddu, and then we can fuse them together, it will become ashaddu. In Quran Pak you will see a'azzu or adallu, right? So this is basically this is azaza and dhalla, dhalala, right? Become dhalla, and then ismu tafdil would be adallu
Nalu.
or a'azzu.
Adnalu.
Yeah. So I was looking at the examples or ayat with these, and subhanallah, with the a'azzu and azallu, you see a lot of example in Quran Pak. So over here I put from Surat Hud. It says qala ya qawmi arahti a'azzu alaykum min Allahi. So what happened? The previous ayah is talking about that these people, this is talking about Hazrat Shuaib al-Islam, that the people who did was not believing in him, they said that because of rahti, and this is also very interesting word. Rahti you will see in as translated as a family. So I just was curious why rahti is used as a family, because ahlun or qawmun could be used. So rahti, actually it says that there is a this is basically group of people. So we use the word taifa, right? In Quran Pak you will see taifa mean group, but rahti is a group of people who are less than 10. So basically 3 to 10 people, the group of 3 to 10 people would be rahti. Subhanallah, right? So they were saying that, okay, because of your family, because of not family, because of these people with you, we are leaving you and we are not harming you. Otherwise, we would have rajam you. So they were threatening Hazrat Shuaib al-Islam. So what is the response of Hazrat Shuaib al-Islam over here? He's saying, Qala ya qawmi, O my people. What kind of is that? Rahti.
Sawal wala.
Yes.
Istifhamia.
Istifhamia, yes.
Istifham.
So rahti, are you rahti because of my family, because of my this group, which is like few members, right? Azu, you respect them more, right? Alaykum, a'azzu alaykum, like you are respecting them more minallahi than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? So you are fearing or you are respecting or you are giving more izzah than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that you are saying that because of these people we are not harming you. Right? And then he says wattakhaztumuhu. What do you understand? Wattakhaztumuhu.
And you are not being God.
Yes. We say ittakhaza mean
To take.
they took, right? But
Yeah.
over here it is taking the meaning of putting away, right? Kind of giving the meaning of abandoning. Ittakhaztumuhu, you have made him wara'akum, behind you, zihriya, and zihriya is back. So basically you have a throw, and this who is referring to who?
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you have abandoned basically Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have put him behind your backs, right? And you are preferring these few people who are with me more than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? So basically this is the idea over here. So azzu is used over here, right? Which is giving the meaning of that you are fearing more or you are giving more respect, right? Whatever you wanna call, I use over here. Inna Rabbi bima ta'maluna muhit. Indeed, my Rabb, bima, whatever you all do, muhit, is encompassing, right? He is doing the ahata of everything what you guys are doing. Then it's in next example, wakana lahu samarun. Wakana lahu samarun faqala li sahibihi wa huwa yuhawiruhu ana aktharu minka malam wa a'azzu nafara. Wakana lahu samarun, what does that mean? Samarun?
Oh. And I have more fruits.
Reward. Some reward or something.
What
He
is
said to
samar?
his,
What is the label over here?
Fruit, no? Summer.
Yeah, summer
It
fruit.
is a
Yeah.
Kana, so it is the ism kana, right?
For
Samarun.
him.
So it is ism kana, right?
Yes, ismu kana. So how are we gonna
Ismu
translate
kana.
wakana samarun?
What is the meaning of samarun?
Summer is fruits.
Fruit.
Oh, okay. So for him, the fruit, right? For him.
Yeah. So there were fruit or crop, right? So
Yeah.
because it is talking about his garden, which was full of crop, right? So it produced a lot. There was never ever any deficiency in the fruit. That was the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So wakana lahu samarun. So there and this samarun, even though it is nakira, right? Nakira sometimes give the meaning of, that is called, there is some term for that, which gives when something is in abundance. So over here, samarun nakira, it is taking the meaning because he does not, it doesn't mean that he has a fruit, right? Meanings the garden was full of it has plenty of fruits. فَقَالَ لِصَاحِبِهِ, and then he said to his companion, right? To his friend who was with him, friend or neighbor or whoever he was. So wahuwa yuhawiruhu, right? And this is the hal of them, right? So he was in conversation with his neighbor, friend, or whatever. And what he was saying, Ana aksaru. So now what is aksaru?
Comparative.
تفضيل تفضيل
Jism
Yes,
Talti.
this is
इसमें
ismu
तफदील
tafdeel. Yeah,
خبر
yes. Ana aksaru minka. I am more than you. And now ismu tafdeel come. What do we need?
من
Tamiz.
Min for the comparison.
Tamiz we need.
We
Malan.
need tamiz. Where is tamiz?
Malan.
Malan.
Malan. Very good, right? So we have malan over here. Ana aksaru minka malan. I am more than you. In what sense? In what way?
Wealth.
In wealth. Wa a'azzu. Now another ismu tafdeel,
Another is
right? And
Yeah.
nafara is the tamyiz of it.
Tamiz.
Nafaran.
And I am more than you. Now over here, Izza doesn't mean respect or anything, right? Like in Urdu, we take the meaning of Izza as a respect, but over here, it could be A'azu, like I have more authority, right? In what sense? Nafaran, in a manpower, because he must have many employees who are working under him, right? Or maybe his family was big, right? Maybe he has more children or whatever. So wa'azzu nafara. So I am more than you in when it comes to manpower, basically. So over here we say a'azzu. In the
So-
third,
So
yeah.
sister,
Hmm.
so Vakana Lahu Samarun. So Samarun is a Isme Kana.
Hmm.
And this whole call and Maqul call, it will be female nasab mafule bihi for Kana. Right?
فقال لصاحب. No, the wakana lahu samarun is a separate sentence.
So this is only Isme Kana and
Yeah,
Lahu.
and lahu is MDK.
So Fakala we are starting the new sentence.
Pa is there, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So faqala li sahibi, he's saying that ana aksaru minka malam wa a'azzu nafara.
Mhm.
This is maqulul qawl.
This is call and Maqul. It has nothing to do with
That is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us
Mhm.
that he has a garden. He is not saying that I have summer, I have fruits. He is not saying it, right? This is the description Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us that
Mhm.
how he blessed this person, right?
Mhm.
Because it says that his fruits, like his crops, was giving him 100%.
Mhm.
You know that when crop is growing, some get some deficiency, right? Maybe
Mhm.
birds are eating, animals are destroying it, right? But nothing, that was not a scene with his crop. His crop was fully he was gaining benefit out of it. Yeah, so that is separate.
Separate.
And then maqulul qawl is even wahuwa yuhawiruhu is jumla haliya over here,
Mhm.
right? So maqulul qawl is this one, ana aksaru minka mala wa
No, Nafra. Also, Hal is in between.
yeah.
It is Hal of who? Wahova Yahaveru. I mean, this Salisabihi and
He's talking about him, that he was talking with his friend. Wahuwa
Yeah.
yuhawiruhu. He was in conversation.
Faqala, so he said
he
li
said,
sahibihi,
okay. Apne companion se.
yeah, and
Okay.
hal of him, obviously, right?
Yahaveruhu. Okay.
Wahuwa yuhaw,
conversation.
while he was conversing with him.
Right. So too many things in one sentence.
Yeah.
लेबलिंग हो सकते ना उसका ऐसा
Hmm?
قال قال الماضي
قال.
فاعله هو لصاحبه MDF وهو يحاول مفعول حال أنا أكثر منك مالا وأعز نفرا مقول القول في محل نصب
مفعول
مفعول
به.
به
مفعول
Very
به.
good. Yeah.
وقال. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we can further break down مقول القول.
أنا أكثر منك फिर
Yeah.
جملة اسمية.
جملة.
whole جملة اسمية is coming as مقول وقال.
So ana would be mubtada and aksaru minka would be khabar,
خبر.
right? And then malan would be tamyiz.
And then حرف عطف coming for
Yeah.
معطوف.
معطوف. جزاك الله.
Wayyaki. Then example in Surat Namal, it says qalat. So this is Queen Saba is saying qalat, she said, innal muluka. Muluk is plural of malik.
ملك.
Malik is what? King.
Hmm.
Right?
Malik.
So she said, innal muluka, indeed,
King.
the kings, iza dakhalu, when they enter qaryatan, in any qarya, in any
Town.
city, town, afsaduha. So what do?
Right.
فساد.
They destroyed the
Fasad.
true corruption, right? So
Yeah.
وَجَعَلُوا أَعِزَّةَ أَهْلِهَا أَذِلَّةً. And they make what? أَعِزَّةَ, like the people who are elite or respected people of that Korea, right? So more respected, أَعِزَّةَ أَذِلَّةً. What does that mean?
इज्जतदारों को जलील कर देते हैं जो बहुत इज्जत वाले होते हैं उनको बहुत जलीलदार.
Exactly. Right? So the more respected people, the more they get humiliated. This is what any king do when they enter in any country or any town, right? وَكَذَلِكَ يَفْعَلُونَ, and this is what they do. So this is when Hazrat Sulaiman al-Islam sent him a message to accept Islam, right? So she was thinking, and then like she was talking to his people what to do. Then and in next example, yaquluna, this is from Surat Munafiqun. Yaquluna, they said, and we know this incident, right? And this Munafiq, the leader
Abdullah
of
bin Ubay
Munafiqin, yeah. So he was saying, La il raja'na. La, this is la of tawqid, and then it is in, right? So this is jumla shartiya. La in raja'na, when we return ilal madinati, to the Medina, right? So because they were on some expedition at some place, and then some incident happened, right? And this Abdullah bin Ubay was really out of control, and he was like trying to create more fitna. So these are his words in Surat Munafiqun. He's saying that when we come back to Medina, La yukhrijannal a'azzu minhal adhal. So surely yukhrijannal a'azzu. What is the label? La yukhrijanna. What kind of fail is la yukhrijanna?
فعل مضارع.
no it is noun sakila.
Sakila, right?
Fa'il.
Nunu Sakila, right?
No.
Yeah, it
Nun
has nunu
sakila, yeah.
sakila. So if we
Yeah,
how
yeah.
we recognize in nunu
Yunna.
sakila the file in it?
ليخرجن
Akhraja yukhriju, right?
يخرجوا, yeah.
This one
So
is
basically Dhamma
singular,
changed to
right?
the Fatah.
Yeah.
इससे हुआ
Fita
बच्चा
Nuni Sakila.
Is it who the Janna?
अगर
Janna.
ऊपर दम्मा
Exactly.
होता है जिन पर तो वो जमा होता.
Jim for will be Dhamma. If
Yes,
it is plural.
exactly. So the fatha is telling us that this is singular.
Singular, yeah. Yukhriju
It is
tha de.
Hua version,
Yukhrijanna. Hua.
right? If it is hum version, then it will be la yukhri junna.
No.
Oh, that would be Dhamma. Junna.
So la yukhri janna Hua version, and that's why we can look for what?
Outside door?
Outside
Outside
door.
door.
So do you see
Al-Azzu.
outside door here?
Al-Azzu.
Yes. So this is the outside door. So he's saying the most respected one. Why I'm using the word the most? Why not the more?
Because there is
Al.
no
Al
min.
के वजह से.
There is no min.
No, because of al
Talking
over.
about
Al also.
Al.
Yeah.
Istabdil with the al.
Yeah.
and Prophet's family.
But there's a min afterward, right?
Yeah.
Istabdil, there is a couple of things. This could be the superlative. One is if they have al, right?
Well, make it fully flexible. Well, when there's the al, it will be fully flexible. One thing.
Yeah, no, but the most respected one will expel minha. This minha is referring to from what? From Medina.
Madina.
It's not referring to as ismu tabdil, right?
Azumin is not that. The
Al is
same-
for Madina.
Salma is not azumin, is not more than.
Adallu.
Zallu minha al-zallu.
Yeah,
You
so
make it-
this minha
Azalla.
is not for ismu tabdil. It is referring to that he will expel from her from Medina, basically it is saying, right? So Azu over here, so he is saying the most respected one will expel the most humiliated one.
humiliated one.
So he is referring to basically himself that I'm the most respected one, right? And I'm going to expel the humiliated one.
Oh, wow.
Sada,
Oh, yeah.
I think you said that there. I forgot. You said three reasons, three way we can make a smooth object to superlative. One is al, another one is like khairun, sharrun,
Mudaaf.
right?
Mudaaf.
Then it is
Yeah.
playing
When
the
it is
role of
Mudaaf.
Mudaaf. Then it is a superlative degree, or if it has al on it, then it is superlative.
Said two or three? I don't know. I feel like you
Two,
said
two.
two. Okay.
Two.
Madaf and al.
Yeah. Walillahi al-izzatu wali rasulihi, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that Izzah belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And see, he says he could have it could be al-izzatu lillahi, right? But what did Allah do over here?
Make them like
Emphasis.
that emphasis, lily, MBK at the beginning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? So Izzah only belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then Wali Rasulihi, then to his Rasul. Walil Muminina, and then to the believers. Walakinnal munafiqina la ya'lamun. Subhanallah.
टीचर इस पे उस वाक़े की तरफ इशारा है ना कि अब्दुल्ला बिन नबी ने कहा था कि जब हम मदीने जाएंगे तो इज्जत वाले जिल्लत वालों को निकाल देंगे, यानी कि उन्होंने इज्जत वाला अपने आप को कहा था, जिल्लत वाले जो है माजीन को कहा था उन्होंने।
Yeah, exactly.
जी,
I have one question.
इज्जत तो सारी अल्लाह और रसूल की है।
So the previous slide, I have a question. Number 4. إذا دخلوا, how I can level it?
Iza dakhalu. This is it could be shartiya or it could be zarfiya, right? Iza. So iza dakhalu. So this is shartiya zarfiya. If it is zarfiya, then dakhalu is basically, this is mudaaf ilayhi. Dakhalu qaryatan. Right? So that would be its mudaaf ilayhi if we are taking it as a zarfiya. If we are taking it as a shartiya, then dakhalu is the shartiya part and afsaduha is the jawabu shart.
good. Jazakallah khair.
Okay, I think we are more interested in Nahav than
You will not be able to finish Mujadab today.
Nahu has the rules.
Hello.
I love labeling.
Yeah, because most of the Nahu has rules, and the Sarf is like everything you have to memorize. There is no, it's like an outlaw.
Now is a lot more difficult than the Sarf.
Sarf to me like an outlaw. No rules.
Yeah. Okay. So
Ustaza,
yeah.
इज्जतुन ये मुझे ना समझ में नहीं आया आइन पर कसरा कैसे आया
Which one?
वो जो एग्जांपल्स थे ना उसमें फोर्थ वन इज्जतुन अजिल्लतुन
Surat Munafiqun one?
नमल वाला
She's talking about Walillahil Izzatu, that one.
Izza. This is feminine version.
इज्जत
Oh,
फेमिनिन
that
तो
one.
आइन
Waja.
हाँ तो आइन पर कसरा है ये मेरा रूट
Oh.
Waja'alu Izza. Because this is not smooth of deal.
बना देते हैं इज्जत को
No, it is smooth of deal. Yeah.
Qalat, I think we are following here. Qalat.
Azzu and then Izza. Is
Azu, Ismu Tabdila Azu, can it has feminine?
yeah, it can have feminine, and Akbaru, and then its feminine would be Kubra.
Kubra. But
Kubra,
this
Kubra.
doesn't sound like Kubra. So, I mean, the version.
Yeah, that's interesting question. I didn't notice that.
Because the last one also, Walillahi Izzatu, but there also Izzatu.
No, that is Isa. This is
Master. It's a
this is
master.
Master.
It's a master.
That's what I'm thinking. Here is also same, right?
Yeah, this is Master.
Is
وَجَعَلُوا عَزَّةَ أَهْلِهَا أَذِلَّةً. I think
which ayah it is?
no, look like Smooth of Deal. Yeah, I need to double check it.
34.
Surat Namal.
No, 34.
Should I check it now? It will take longer.
No, we'll check it out.
Yeah, we can do at the end of the class. Okay, so now what gonna happen when Fi'l Mudariya is mansoob or majzoom? To make Fi'l Mudariya Mudaaf light, the same rule apply. So to refresh, if the fi'l ends with Dhamma, it gonna end with Kasra, right? So this is how the regular is, right? So if the fi'l ends on Noon, then Noon is dropped. But when this is the case in Mudaaf, so what gonna happen over here? Fi'l Mudariya Majzoom, Yashukka, Yashuki, and Yashkuk. So all these Huwa, Hiya, Anta, and
It's like an amor, or the only difference is here we are adding Mudariya sign over there now, right?
yeah.
Same.
So these is basically we're gonna have three versions of them. So Yashuka, Yashuki, or Yashkuk. So basically, mansoob and majzoom gonna look same, right? So yashukka, yashuki, yashkuk, yashukka. Yeah. So when it is known, obviously, then it is obvious. We can figure it out that noon is dropped. But when it is huwa, hiya, anta, and ana, then basically we cannot see that it is nasab or majzoom, mansoob or majzoom, right? So then basically whatever harf is gonna be before it, we're gonna know by that, right? So if it is nasibatul mudaria or jazimatul mudaria, so then basically we can figure it out with that, right? Otherwise it's gonna look the same. Commanding and forbidding, we already know that there is going to be 3 version for a singular one, right? Or I should say with anta. The rest is same, right? So Izza, Izzi, and Izziz, Izza, Antuma, Izzu, and then Izzi, Izza, and then Izzizna. Right? So hunna gonna be with open idgham. Amar nahi again in that Shukka family. Then there is basically some shortcuts, if you guys can remember them. So what are these rules? Madi gonna split at hunna. Mudariya gonna split on hunna and antunna. Majzoom, which is amar nahi or regular majzoom, they will split at huwa, hiya, anta, ana, and nahnu. 5 in your pocket, right? And then 3 forms of jazm, fatha and kasra, or splitting the shadda. Ism file gonna be on falun pattern, right? So they have given over here farra. So farun, they said. Ism ala, mifarrun, mifarratun. Ismu taftil, afarrun. Zarf, mafarrun. So zarf with fatha on meme, and ism ala with kasra. This is how we can recognize them. So shadda remains unbroken in ala, zarf, and ism file. Ism ala, zarf, ism file, shadda remains unbroken in it, and ismu tabdil. So ism file, zarf, ism ala, ismu tabdil, we're gonna find shadda there. Ism maf'ul, zarf, and ism file gonna look same in family 3. In family 6, ism file and ism maf'ul gonna look same. We saw that in last class, right? Madi and first amar can look the same. So Madi, huwa, haja, and anta, haja, amar. They're gonna look same. Shadda does not break in the masdar. So in masdar, shadda gonna remain. So these are few shortcut, few observation. Ism file, so no overlapping in Siga 4 and 10. So ism fa'il musirrun, ism maf'ul musarrun. So it is basically like a regular fatha and kasra. Ism fa'il mustahiqun in family 10, and ism maf'ul mustahaqqun. Then family 7 and 8, zarf and ism fa'il gonna look the same. Ism fa'il and zarf gonna look same in 7 and 8. Example, munqaddu and munqaddun. Ism fa'il muhtazzun and ism maf'ul muhtazzun. Madi and Amar gonna look same in family 7 and 8. In qaddu and in qaddu. Ihtazza and ihtazza. So these are few observations, and we're gonna remember them only when we do lot of practice. So just by looking at them, reading them is not going to be any help, right? Agree? I don't know how much practice you guys are doing. We are done.
We are understanding. थोड़े practice कर चुके हैं, थोड़े कर रहे हैं, थोड़े observe कर रहे हैं.
Yeah. So now can we
last तक हो चुका है.
Yeah. So now we need to make a habit at least every day. Spend 5-10 minutes on pondering on at least few ayat, right? And see what's going on, right? Because this is all from Quran Pak. So we need to do a lot of practice. Otherwise, just in this information is not going to do anything to us. So inshallah, we can end over here, but don't go. I need to talk to you guys. Barakallahu li wa lakum fil Quranil Hakim wa nafani wa iyyakum bi ayati wa dhikril hakim. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa nastaghfiruka wa nastaghfiruka wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifuna wa salamun alal mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.